at the end of your song Rise, you talk about tragedy. I mean, there's just tragic moments that are going on. It's just the world we live in today.
Yeah.
You had a school shooting and just, disasters. And, just recently, and I don't know how well you even followed or what, but we can all agree, tragically, Kobe Bryant passed away with his daughter, Gianna, and 7 others in a helicopter crash. And that reminded me of the end of the song Rise. So taking tragedy in your Christian values and beliefs, I think we can both agree that God has a plan for everything.
Right.
Looking at that moment, what do you think his plan was when things like that happen, when things like the end of the song portrays?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, this kind of definitely wades into a pretty big, what they would call like theological discussion about the fact that God foreordains all things. He is in control of the world, but it's not God's fault that bad things happen. That is a result of sin. And for people who, this might be more than people really care to know, but for people who like the Bible, like myself, that goes all the way back to Adam and Eve. When Adam sinned, because of sin, there is death in the world. So it's not like God gets his jollies on people dying. He doesn't make people die. He doesn't give people cancer. He allows those things to happen in order to accomplish his plan. So for me, my mom's death when I was growing up, me and my dad fighting, I know those were things that were allowed, but the ultimate goal is for humans, me and you and everybody watching, to not be separated from God. And the ultimate goal is for us to have a relationship with God. And so when I look at things like these tragedies that happen, we all try to figure out, like, what does this mean? Why do bad things happen to good people? I mean, his daughter's with him. It was just like, I mean, it's tragic either way, but the fact that his little girl was with him was just so tragic. And so we look at this, we try to make sense of it. And I usually just try to encourage people, like in my own life, there really isn't any sense of it to be made. It's just a fact of life that we're all going to have to deal with at some point. So I think that, to me, having an outlet and eternal perspective, does that make sense? And a perspective of, we're all going to die, and there has to be something more beyond this life. Some people don't believe there's something more beyond this life, but I believe that there is. So to me, this world is a shadow of things to come and for what we were meant to be. And I think the reason that we feel this, search for meaning in our heart. The Bible says it like this, that God has put eternity in the hearts of men. And it's like that we were actually meant for something more than this, and we are constantly feeling that, and we are in a search to get to that eternal place. And so for me, death, this was tragic, but death is a victory because it actually gets us to where we want to be. And that, to me, that's the great perspective. It's hard to have, but even in my mom's death, I look at it and say, it wasn't a defeat, it's a victory, because my mom has now been made perfectly whole, and she's in a better place, and that we are actually longing to get to that place. So some point, these C.S. Lewis calls it the Shadowlands, that we are in the Shadowlands now, and eventually we will be in a place of eternal light. And to me, that's like the wonderful thing about what the Bible teaches. The Bible's so wonderful, and I think a lot of people don't understand how great and wonderful the Bible is, because they've had bad experience of religion and things like that.
So this is our deepest interview, I'd say. Number 6, and we're
we just jumped into a lot of stuff some people might not want to know, but some people might dig it.
Exactly. And that's why you break up the interview. Like, okay, if you want to watch this, here's what this is about. And if you're watching this right now, you've probably stayed to the end of that, and you got some
and loved it, I'm sure.
Exactly. Hey everyone, thank you for watching our video. Subscribe to us on YouTube to see all of our interviews and backstage footage. Also find us on our other socials by searching at BSE Rocks, or by clicking the links below in the video. By becoming a fan of Backstage Entertainment, you can enter in contests to win autographed prizes. For Backstage Entertainment, I'm Jeremy Lafrentz.